Did you know that something as common as salt in your home could be the key to avoiding poverty and attracting abundance? Perhaps without realizing it, you could be allowing bad energies to enter your life, blocking your opportunities and your financial well-being. Stay with me and discover the 7 strategic places to place salt to transform your life. Poverty not only manifests itself in our finances, but also in the energy that surrounds us. We all have habits in our homes that can charge the environment with negative vibes. The good news is that salt has been used throughout history as a powerful element of purification and protection. Today, you'll learn how to use salt to rid your home of energies that attract poverty and open the doors to abundance. If you stick around to the end of this video, I'll explain how to perform this ritual of placing salt correctly so that negative energies and poverty will leave your home forever. That's a promise. Let's get started. 1. The main entrance. Salt, that mineral so common in our lives, is a powerful purifier. Its ability to absorb impurities and negative vibrations has been known for centuries. In many cultures, it is used to protect homes from bad energies and attract abundance. Placing a bowl of salt at the entrance to your home is not only a symbolic gesture, it is a way of establishing an energetic barrier that can protect you from unwanted influences. Imagine that every time someone enters your home, they bring not only their body, but also their energy, emotions, and thoughts. If those vibrations are negative, they can affect your mood and well-being. By placing salt at the entrance, you are creating a kind of filter. The salt absorbs the bad vibes and allows only the positive to enter your space. Let me tell you the story of Clara, a young woman who had always felt that her home was burdened with heavy energy. Although she had a stable job and a good relationship with her family, there was a nagging sense of restlessness that followed her. Arguments with her partner were frequent, and job opportunities seemed elusive. All of this led her to investigate home energy. One day, Clara heard about the power of salt and decided she had to try it. She went to the store and bought a beautiful ceramic bowl, perfect for her entryway. When she got home, she took a moment to take a deep breath and reflect on what she wanted to achieve: a home filled with peace and abundance. She placed a bowl in the front entryway, right next to the door. Before pouring the salt into it, he remembered the words of an old monk he had read in a book. Intention is the mother of creation. So, as he poured the salt, he uttered aloud, "With the salt, I purify my home and protect my loved ones. Let only positive vibrations and abundance enter." For the first few days, Clara didn't notice any drastic changes, but something began to happen. Arguments with her partner became less frequent, and the two began to communicate with more clarity and love. What was once a tension-laden home began to transform into a haven of peace. A month later, Clara decided it was time to do some deep cleaning in her home. As she did so, she noticed something fascinating. The salt in the bowl had changed color, picking up tiny impurities she had never noticed before. He felt this was a sign that it was working. He decided to get rid of the salt, thanking the bowl for the work it had done. One night, as he was getting ready for bed, he received an unexpected call. It was a job offer he had been waiting for. But this time he felt a renewed confidence. The energy in her home had changed, and with it, her perception of life. Now, she felt more open to opportunities and more able to attract what she wanted. Placing a bowl of salt at the entrance to your home, as Clara did, offers several important benefits. First, it blocks the entry of bad energies, creating a space where only the positive can flow. Second, by having this small ritual, you foster awareness of the energy around you, reminding you that you are part of a greater whole. In addition, the salt acts as a constant reminder of your intention to maintain a healthy and prosperous environment. Every time you leave or enter your home, you will see that bowl and remind yourself that you have the power to attract abundance and happiness into your life. So, consider the entrance to your home a sacred space. Every time you place a bowl of salt there, you are not only making a symbolic gesture, but you are also creating an atmosphere of peace and prosperity. Clara's story is a testament to how a small change can have a big impact on our lives. Now, it's your turn to open the door to new possibilities. May every step you take in your home be a step toward abundance and happiness. 2. The kitchen. It is often said that the kitchen is the heart of the house, and it is true. This is where ingredients are mixed not only to prepare food, but also to create unforgettable moments as a family. The kitchen is where the seeds of abundance are sown and the bonds that unite us are cultivated. The kitchen is a sacred space that, beyond its practical function, is a place where the magic of everyday life unfolds. In this special corner of our home, energy flows, and every meal becomes an opportunity to strengthen family bonds. When we cook, we are not only nourishing our bodies, but also nourishing our souls and the souls of those we love. Imagine that every time you cook, you are not only nourishing your body, but also your soul. The food we prepare is a manifestation of our love, care, and energy. So what better way to boost that energy than by placing a jar of salt near the stove? Salt is an ancient element that has accompanied humanity throughout its history, symbolizing purification and abundance. Its presence in the kitchen is essential, as it not only enhances the flavors of food, but also acts as a catalyst for positive energy. Placing a jar of salt on the stove is more than just a decorative gesture. It is a conscious act of invoking prosperity and love in every dish we create. Let me share with you a story I learned from my grandmother. She was a wise and generous woman, known in town for her delicious dishes. Every Sunday, she would invite the whole family to gather in her kitchen, where the aroma of her recipes filled the air. But beyond her culinary talent, there was one secret she always kept in her kitchen: a jar of salt. My grandmother, with her wrinkled but steady hands, moved gracefully through the kitchen, transforming simple ingredients into masterpieces. Her kitchen was not only a place for food preparation, but a space where love simmered. The warmth of her smile and the sizzle of the stove were the soundtrack to those family Sundays. Each family member brought their stories, their laughter, and their love, creating a perfect mix of emotions that filled the atmosphere. When I asked her why there was always salt near the stove, she smiled and said, "Salt is a symbol of life and prosperity. By cooking with love and salt, we infuse each dish with positive energy. It's like a mantra that attracts abundance into our lives." In her cooking, salt wasn't just a seasoning. It was a ritual. Every time she added a pinch to her recipes, she would pause for a moment to visualize what she wanted to manifest: love, unity, prosperity. This small act became a silent mantra that resonated in every bite she served. In his mind, each spoonful of salt not only enhanced the flavor, but also nourished the hearts and spirits of those who sat at the table. With every spoonful of salt he added to his recipes, he felt he was sharing not only food, but also prosperity. Each time a family member took a bite, he not only enjoyed the taste, but also the abundance that manifested in their hearts. As the food was served and the plates were filled, laughter and conversation filled the kitchen. It was in those moments that the true meaning of abundance was revealed. The joy of being together outweighed any fancy meal they might have prepared. The magic was in the love shared and the connection they created through each dish. So, dear friend, by placing a jar of salt in your kitchen, you are sending a message to the universe. You are ready to receive abundance and well-being in your home. This salt, with its purifying energy, becomes an ally in the creation of dishes that nourish the body and soul. Every time you cook, take a moment to be grateful for the ingredients you have and the energy you bring to the preparation. Visualize how the energy of abundance flows through you and your loved ones, creating an environment of well-being and happiness. Don't underestimate the power of intention when cooking. Every meal is an opportunity to connect and create memories that will last. True abundance is not only measured in the quantity of food on the table, but in the quality of the moments we share. Remember that every meal is an opportunity to connect, to laugh, and to create memories that will last a lifetime. Imagine an ordinary day. The sun is shining through the window, filling the kitchen with light. You decide to prepare your favorite dish. In that instant, as you chop the fresh, vibrant ingredients, you take a moment to remember your grandmother's teachings. In that instant, You place some salt in the jar near the stove and close your eyes. You visualize yourself surrounded by your loved ones, all sharing laughter and smiles. So place that jar of salt in your kitchen and watch how it not only increases the abundance in your food, but also in the happiness that manifests itself at every family gathering. May every dish you prepare be a symbol of love and prosperity for you and yours. The kitchen, that sacred space, is where we cultivate abundance not only in the form of food, but in the warmth of family and human connection. Every time you cook, remember that what you are really offering is so much more than food. It is love, it is history, it is your energy. May you always have a heart full of gratitude and a table full of love. So, dear friend, every time you see that jar of salt, remember that it is not just a simple ingredient. It is a reminder that you are creating a sacred space in your home, where abundance and love flourish in every bite. Remember that in every meal shared, in every conversation that flows around the table, you are weaving a web of positive energy that nourishes not only your body, but also your spirit. May you always have abundance in your kitchen and in your heart. 3. The living room. This space is more than just an area to relax. It's a haven where we share laughter, stories, and unforgettable moments with friends and family. In this room, every conversation, every hug, and every ray of light coming through the window is a spark of connection. So, how about adding a little magic to this space? Placing salt in a corner of the living room is not only a symbolic act, but a powerful gesture that can transform the energy of our home. Let me tell you the story of a family gathering that took place at the home of a close friend. It was a sunny day, and her living room was adorned with laughter and the aroma of freshly brewed coffee. However, there was something in the air that seemed thick. Past arguments still weighed on everyone. Then, the host remembered his mother's advice. Put some salt in a corner of the room. You'll see how the energy changes. With a jar of salt in hand, he placed it in a strategic corner, near the window, where the sun's rays could touch it. As he did so, he felt a surge of calm sweep through the room. At first, the murmurs and laughter were timid, but soon, as if an invisible thread connected everyone, the energy shifted. Tensions began to dissolve, and the stories flowed, like rivers of love and understanding. One of the aunts began to share anecdotes from her childhood, and little by little, everyone joined in. The living room was filled with laughter and hugs, creating an atmosphere of harmony. Every time someone passed by the corner where the salt was, they felt a light whisper of positive energy, reminding them of the importance of connection. Placing salt in your living room is a simple yet profound act. The salt acts as a purifier, helping to maintain positive energy and clearing away any shadows of discord. Just like in my friend's story, that salt in the corner becomes a reminder that harmony and happiness are conscious choices we make together. Each time you welcome friends and family into that sacred space, remember that you are creating an opportunity for connection to flourish. The salt will attract new opportunities and encourage open communication, allowing relationships to deepen. 4. On the financial document shelf. In this space where our bills, invoices, and savings plans are stored, also lies a powerful opportunity to energize and purify our finances. In a world where we often feel overwhelmed by financial worries, it is vital that we learn to manage our finances with clarity and confidence. Placing salt in this space may seem like a simple action, but its meaning is profound. This gesture helps us maintain positive energy around money, reminding us that we are the creators of our own prosperity. Let me share with you the story of Clara, a woman who lived burdened by her financial worries. Each month, as she opened her document shelf, she felt the weight of her debts and expenses drowning her. She was trapped in a cycle of anxiety that caused her to lose sight of her goals and dreams. One day, while conversing with a wise old man in a park, he offered her a piece of advice. Put salt on your financial document shelf. You'll see how it changes your perspective. Intrigued and a bit skeptical, Clara decided to try it. She bought a small jar of salt and placed it on the corner of her shelf. As she did so, She took a moment to meditate and visualize her finances. Instead of seeing only debts and bills, she began to imagine her future, a home filled with light, security, and opportunity. With each passing day, Clara felt more connected to that picture. Salt, once a simple kitchen ingredient, became her prosperity charm. When she reviewed her documents, instead of feeling fear, she was filled with determination. She began implementing a savings plan and making small changes in her consumption habits. Placing salt on your document shelf is not only a symbolic act, it's a reminder that every financial decision can be an opportunity to grow. Salt acts as a purifier, pushing away negative energies and filling the space with a light of abundance. Just as Clara transformed her relationship with money, so can you. When you sit down to review your finances, do so with an open mind and a light heart. Imagine that every piece of paper you touch is infused with the positive energy that salt has brought into your life. In doing so, you will attract clarity and prosperity, turning your bookshelf into a temple of opportunity. It is essential to remember that prosperity is not only measured in money, but also in the peace of mind we achieve by managing our finances with love and attention. Dear friend, as you tackle your financial documents, allow the salt to be a symbol of your commitment to abundance. So, every time you see that jar of salt on your shelf, remember that you have the power to attract prosperity and cultivate a healthy relationship with money. May your home always be a place where abundance flows freely, and may your financial decisions lead you toward the realization of your dreams. 5. Under the bed. This space, though small and often overlooked, is critical to our peace of mind and quality of sleep. Sleeping in a charged environment can deeply affect our subconscious, and this is where salt comes into play as a powerful purifier. Imagine this. Every night, when you slip under the covers, you enter a world of dreams and possibilities. However, if your environment is charged with negative energies, those dreams can become shadows that disturb your rest. By placing salt under the bed, you are creating a protective shield that cleanses those energies and promotes restful sleep. Let me tell you the story of Laura, a young woman who had always been a lover of dreams. However, over the past few months, she had become trapped in a cycle of insomnia. Every morning she woke up feeling more tired and overwhelmed, as if a dark cloud followed her everywhere. Desperate to find a solution, she decided to visit a wise old woman in the neighborhood, known for her knowledge of energy and wellness. The old woman, with a look full of wisdom, listened to Laura and said, "My dear, sometimes the energies we accumulate during the day can follow us to bed. Place some salt under your bed and watch how your nights change." At first, Laura was skeptical, but decided to give it a try. She bought a small bowl of salt and carefully placed it under her bed. That night, before going to sleep, she sat on her bed and closed her eyes, breathing deeply. He visualized how the salt absorbed all the stresses and worries of the day, leaving his mind calm. With each passing night, Laura began to notice a difference. Her rest became deeper and more restorative, and her dreams, which had once become nightmares, began to transform into visions of light and hope. Salt became her ally, a guardian of her peace of mind. Laura understood that this simple act of placing salt under the bed was not only clearing her space, but also her mind. The salt was like a bridge between the physical world and the dream world, allowing her to access her subconscious with serenity. It is essential to remember that our environment affects our quality of sleep and therefore our daily lives. By placing salt under your bed, you give yourself the gift of restful rest. Allow yourself to be enveloped by the peace that salt can bring, freeing you from the burdens of the day and opening the door to a world of vibrant dreams. So, every time you go to bed, remember that that jar of salt under your bed is more than just an object. It is a symbol of your commitment to your mental and emotional well-being. May each night be filled with clear, restorative dreams, and may you awaken each morning with sunlight, ready to face the new day with renewed energy and peace of heart. 6. Windows. These openings are the guardians of light and energy, and by placing salt on the sills, you can purify what enters your shelter. Imagine that the windows are like eyes open to life. Through them, sunlight floods every corner of your home, bringing with it not only warmth, but also energy. However, not all the energy that comes in is positive. Sometimes, problems from the outside world can seep into our inner peace. This is where salt becomes a valuable ally. Let me tell you the story of Elena, a woman who had always loved the light of day. In recent months, however, she felt trapped in a fog of confusion and hopelessness. Despite the light streaming through her windows, her mind was obscured by negative thoughts and doubts. Desperate to find clarity, she decided to visit a friend who was known for his wisdom and energies. The friend suggested that she place salt on her windowsills. Salt, he told her, is not only a purifying element, but it also helps filter the energy coming into your home. It will help you attract only the positive and clear the clutter from your mind. Intrigued and a bit skeptical, Elena took his advice. She bought small bowls of salt and placed them on each of her windowsills, visualizing how the salt absorbed the negative energies that tried to enter. Every morning, when the sun shone through the windows, she would sit in front of them, feeling how the light and salt worked in harmony. Eventually, something wonderful began to happen. The confusion that had accompanied her dissipated, and clarity began to blossom in her mind. Decisions that had once seemed overwhelming were now easier to make. Daylight not only illuminated her home, but also her inner self. Elena soon realized that the salt on the windows had created a sacred space where only the positive came in. The sunlight felt warmer, and the energy of her home was transformed into a haven of peace and clarity. She began to notice small blessings in her daily life. A call from an old friend, unexpected job opportunities, and a deep sense of gratitude. So, dear friend, remember that windows are not only openings to the outside life, but also portals of energy. By placing salt on your windowsills, you are giving yourself the opportunity to purify what enters your home, allowing only positive energy. May every ray of sunshine that passes through your windows fill you with clarity and light. And may your home become a haven where only the best is welcome. 7. In the bathroom. This space is not only where we wash our body, but also where we release the energetic charges we carry inside. By placing a small container of salt in the bathroom, we create an environment conducive to cleansing and renewal. Visualize the bath as a sacred place, a refuge where you leave the stresses of the day behind. Each time you enter, it's as if you are immersing yourself in a river of fresh waters that purify not only your body, but also your mind and spirit. The salt, with its ability to absorb and cleanse, acts as a powerful ally in this process. Let me tell you the story of Luis, a man who had led a hectic, stress-filled life. He felt trapped by daily responsibilities, and his bathroom, although a place of cleanliness, had become a reflection of his mind, cluttered and overwhelmed. In a moment of clarity, he decided he needed a change, a space that would offer him peace. One day, while conversing with an old friend who practiced spiritual teachings, the friend spoke to him about the importance of salt. Luis, he told her, the bathroom is not just a place to clean yourself. It is a place where you can let go of the negative and renew yourself. Put salt in a container and watch how it transforms that space. Luis took his friend's advice. He bought a small ceramic bowl and filled it with salt. He placed it in a corner of his bathroom, near the window, where the sunlight could touch it. Each time he went in, he would stop for a moment to take a deep breath and visualize how each grain of salt absorbed the tensions and negative energies that were building up inside. With each bath, Luis began to feel a slight transformation. The salt not only absorbed the physical clutter, but also the worries and anxieties he had been carrying. Each time he showered, he imagined himself under a cascade of light and renewing energy, letting go of everything that no longer served him. Over time, the atmosphere of his bath was filled with a renewing freshness and lightness. Luis noticed that, as he left that space, he felt lighter, as if he had truly left a weight behind. The peace he found in his bathroom was reflected in other aspects of his life. His relationships improved and his ability to face daily challenges was strengthened. So, dear friend, remember that the bath is a valuable space for ongoing purification. Placing a small container of salt in this corner of your home is a simple but powerful act. It will help you release negative energies, promoting a sense of freshness and renewal in your life. Every time you enter your bathroom, may you feel as if you are entering a sanctuary where cleansing and renewal are possible. Now, how to perform this ritual correctly? Now that we have explored the places where we can place the salt, it is vital to understand how to perform this ritual correctly. This not only ensures that the salt fulfills its function, but also connects us more deeply to the process. I invite you to take a moment to prepare yourself mentally and emotionally, because what we will be doing is much more than a simple gesture. It is an act of intention and purification. First, be sure to use coarse or sea salt. This choice is not accidental. Sea salt, in particular, has a vibrant energy that acts as a magnet for negative vibrations. The coarse texture symbolizes the salt's ability to absorb and remove impurities. By choosing the right salt, you are acknowledging its power and effectiveness in this ritual. Once you have your salt, the next step is to place it in your chosen location, whether it's the entrance to your home, the kitchen, or even the bathroom. Let it sit for 24 hours. During this time, the salt will begin to do its work, absorbing the unwanted energies that surround it. It is important that after this time, the salt is discarded. Why not reuse it? Because by doing so, you will be allowing the negative energies it has absorbed to return to your space. The salt has done its job, and we must respect its work by releasing it properly. Before placing the salt, I invite you to make a brief intention or thanksgiving. This is a fundamental step. You can close your eyes and visualize what you wish to attract into your life: abundance, peace, love, or whatever resonates with you. As you place the salt, pronounce out loud or in your mind what you wish to manifest. This simple act of intention strengthens the energetic process, transforming what could be just a physical gesture into a powerful affirmation of your desires. Let me tell you the story of Anna, a woman who felt stuck in her life. Despite her best efforts, opportunities seemed to elude her, and a sense of emotional and financial poverty had taken hold of her. After hearing about the power of salt, she decided it was time to make a change. Anna prepared carefully. She went to the market and bought sea salt, remembering that the coarse texture was key to her ritual. When she got home, she chose the entryway of her home as the ideal place to begin. She closed her eyes and took a deep breath. Placing the salt in the bowl, she took a moment to visualize her life filled with abundance and opportunity. She uttered aloud, "I am grateful for every blessing that is yet to come and for the clean space I am creating in my home." Her voice trembled with excitement, and she felt a vibrant energy flow around her. And let the salt sit for 24 hours and, the next day, discarded it, feeling lighter and freer. By performing this ritual, she not only purified her home, but also activated her personal energy. In the weeks that followed, she began to notice significant changes: new job opportunities, more harmonious relationships, and a renewed sense of hope. All thanks to a simple gesture, but full of intention. Now it's your turn. Try placing salt in these 7 places in your home and watch the transformations that happen in your life. Let me know in the comments how it went for you. If you want to go deeper on how to attract abundance and prosperity, I invite you to join our free class. The link is in the description. If you found this video helpful, don't forget to like it, subscribe to Buddhist Wisdom, and turn on the little bell so you don't miss our next videos. Together we can transform our lives and the lives of those around us.